Check. Oh, oh, he saw him, right? Yeah, he just looted this box. I think he's a hatchling. I can't tell. But he's probably at this box right here. He's running. He's not a hatchling. This is bad. I want to close with him. Got him. So I baited him around the corner right there with the reload. Hello everyone. So we're back with episode 2 of my raid series. This is a complete playthrough of a new standard account. The first episode was a really long, hour-long episode of going over everything you need to know for the basics of Tarkov. So if you haven't seen that, I'll leave it as a link down below in the description. But we're jumping into our very first raid here. And we're going to do some customs because we do have a couple quests on customs. Now, I know it's been a couple weeks, and since then, Tarkov has absolutely exploded. Like, there are so many people playing now. There's so many newer, lower level players. So, like, right now is a great time to actually be playing Tarkov and to get into playing Tarkov because it's almost like a second wipe. Yes, you are going to have a couple of big boys in there, 40 and 50 plus level players, but there are so many new players right now that it's actually okay. So we're going to jump in and see what we can do on customs, get a couple of quests done, try to get alive, and see how this raid goes. All right, so we're finally loading in. Now, this being a full playthrough, you're going to see everything that I do in raid, everything that's going on in my head. We are rocking an SKS, which is shooting 7.62 PS. We have about 30 rounds, I believe. And it just might get brutal. We might just get schwacked 5 minutes into the raid. Of course, I'm going to try not to let that happen. We're going to try to go through every play in my mind, what I'm thinking, so that you guys can learn from my experiences. And maybe this will be, you know, a longer series that we end up doing. So we're finally in raid here. I gotta remember that I have my meds off my key bar, or off my hotbar. We spawned in an okay spot. This isn't too dangerous. There's a spawn to my front left over there in that glass warehouse building. And then a couple spawns outside this direction towards the edge of the map. We're actually gonna go outside and hug the edge of the map. We're gonna double check our quest here because it has been a while. We have to find shotguns, kill 5 scavs, and get some Salewas. So let's go ahead and start moving along the outskirts of the map. How much time do we have in raid now? We have 35 minutes in raid. I think they tweaked a couple of the map timers since the last patch. But we're gonna just see if we can sneak in here and not get hit. There's a spawn up there I know of. Gotta be really careful. The beginning of the raids on customs are some of the most dangerous times. Just because all the players are spawning semi-close to each other. It's a lot. That was a pretty big explosion. We're gonna take some of this and loot whatever we can here because we are pretty poor. Condensed milk is good. We'll take that. Juice is good. You always want to pick up the juice because it's useful now. They've increased the rate at which you lose food and water. So there's an explosion over here. I'm assuming one of the spawns walked into each other and started fighting each other. Probably up near Power Tower. So we're just gonna continue hugging the outskirts here. Our main goal right now, since we are like really low level, is to kind of hang back and take what we can get while not trying to get killed. Just because we don't really have the kit to really play too aggressively. We want to kind of play on the smarter strategies and tactics instead of just going for brute force. Of course, once... Oh, yeah, there, see, there we go. We spotted someone. So he's hugging the edge of the map. Now the question is if he's going to try to clear this back corner, if he's pushing along it. Looks like he's pushing along it, so we're just going to stalk this guy. This is one of my favorite things to do in Tarkov, is to like stalk other players. Because it's incredibly thrilling. You want to be kind of careful here. Make sure I don't get heard. But I don't want to fall too far behind him. The biggest danger right here to what I'm doing is making too much noise. Or walking up on him if he slows down. Because he might just slow down to check a spot. And if he's around a deflade, we just won't see him. So speed is a very careful thing you need to maintain when you're stalking another player. Oh, yeah. I don't know if that was him. I don't think it was. I think I got had a backpack. So we're kind of in a tough spot because we just made noise. We just made noise, so I'm not worried about being stealthy right now. I just kind of want to get out of dodge and loop back again. I am going to want to reload because we do only have 10 bullets. So that was some hatchlet runner that came in and just was either AFK because he was waiting for the timer. Just gonna do a sweep of the area here. Because I'm pretty sure our guy had a backpack. So like I said, like you might be seeing me play much differently than how I would play on my main account, just because I don't have the gear to play aggressively. So just gonna take the extra time to double check our sides. If he's anywhere, he's gonna be on this side. So I'm gonna clear my extreme right first. Then kind of just pie all this off here. Yeah, losing eyes on the guy that you're tracking is always not fun because it means he could be in a whole bunch of places. I don't think this was the guy we were following. So we're just gonna tag this guy real fast. Yeah, level 7. Lots of new players right now. And we're gonna get out of here. Now, if this player was paying attention and he was in front of us, he's gonna be camping one of these angles here, knowing that we have to cross. So best just to do it fast, get it over with. Check our extreme right as we come across. All right. So definitely when you're a new player, hugging the edge of the map is a valid strategy, especially because you don't know the maps as well. Hugging the edge of the map ensures that you don't get like too lost, because you know that you can kind of control your angles. You know that everything on the other side of you is not playable. So it does help to limit threats, but it does massively reduce your mobility. You'll just get more confident and have the kit to play more aggressively throughout the entirety of the map as you progress in the game. But definitely don't feel bad playing sneaky in the beginning. So we've lost this guy. I don't think he would be hanging around here. He would have pushed for that gunshot if he was confident enough. But I think he just ran out. So that sounds like shots indoors. We don't really need to go to dorms right now. There's no quest that we have to do there. We're really, once again, looking for those 5 scav kills. So I'm still in the mindset of my main account. Okay. So I heard this guy's footsteps. Once again, very important that you're paying attention to your audio. Once again, we made a ton of noise. So you have 2 options when you make a ton of noise. You either loot fast and get out, or you wait around and kind of relax and chill and see what's up. So I always check scav's backpack and pockets. Vests will only have ammo for the gun that they're using, unless it's a player scav. Then they of course could have put stuff into their pockets. But usually when I'm looting scavs, unless I know like I have a buddy watching my back and stuff like that, I want to be fast. So I only check backpack and pockets if I'm looting. If they got a big vest and I want it, then I'll take it then. But don't waste time going through a vest if you don't need to, because that's added time that you're sitting there looting. Someone's got a big silence gun. So sniper scavs up. All right. That's 2 scav kills. I stuttered right there at that last shot. I want to displace because I just made a fuck ton of noise. there's no need for me to stay in that area. I got real lucky there. He had me dead to rights. All right, so first thing you want to do is painkillers. I know you're hurt, but you need to get mobile. Mobility is key right here. I don't want to go for the body. That's a death trap. We just made so much noise. What I want to do is displace, offset from the body, reset as much as I can, and then go back, sweep it, and then loot. There's no need for me to go in and loot the body right that second. That's like a huge noob giveaway, and a huge noob mistake is, oh, I killed someone. Let me loot him right now. Definitely not something you want to do. Okay, that guy scared the crap out of me. So we're sound whoring as much as humanly possible right now. Check our health. We're gonna heal up as much as possible. Could actually hotkey this to 6, but we're gonna burn through it in a second here. So the biggest threat now is if this guy is a buddy. I want to check how many bullets I have. I only have 5 remaining, and then whatever's in this AKM. So we're gonna be careful here. We actually might have to go back to that scav we killed if we get into any more trouble, and pick up the rest of his ammo, because yeah, we just burned through all of our shots right there. So I'm sweeping right now. This is what I'm doing before I go for the body, especially because it was a player. If it was a scav, you could kind of play it a little bit faster and go for the body. But I want to make sure he doesn't have a duo partner with him. I couldn't tell if that bush... Oh, it was a player. So I second guessed myself right there. I knew I heard something. He had a buddy. It's just how Tarkov is sometimes. So we're gonna kit up again. This is probably the stuff that you don't see from a lot of content creators, is that grind, that hard grind at the beginning. It's brutal. Yeah, he had a buddy, so that was really unfortunate. We killed that first AFK player, killed those 2 scavs, which is good because it worked toward our quest, and then killed that last player. But damn, yeah, sounds like there's another one in that bush. I totally second guessed myself. I thought it was maybe me hitting the tree next to myself. I should have played a little bit more confidently and, you know, made sure that I knew what I heard. And that would have changed things. But yeah, definitely right there. I thought there was someone. 76% accuracy is pretty good. 700 damage. One of those guys was 11 to 30. That last guy was pretty kitted, I think. I didn't get a good look at him because we ran so fast. But we made all the right plays except for that end right there. We're going to kit up and head back to custom, see if we can get the other 3 scav kills. All right, loading in. So I think we could have played it definitely a little bit slower there with that kill at the end there. Just gotten eyes on the body again and hunkered down. But it's a coin toss at that point, whether or not he finds you or you find him, especially in all that brush. Just having a friend, once again, if you're solo, playing with a duo can really increase your odds of surviving, just because you have someone to watch your back, someone to get your stuff when you die and bush it so that it comes back in insurance. Playing with a friend is always, you know, pretty much a plus. However, when you get to 3+ man groups, it gets very difficult because you end up getting team killed or team killing a whole bunch of the time. It's just the odds of that happening exponentially increase the more people you add past like 2. So we spawned in a really weird area of the map, and we're kind of pushed over into the northeast section over here. But we are going to actually loot old gas station. We don't have the key to go through factory shortcut, which is the other way to get out of here. We could try the jump over the fence, but I'm actually terrible at that. So we're just going to loot here, play it slow, let people do their thing, see if anyone comes to us and try to pick them off, and then try to get out later. Because once again, trying to push in at the very start of the map is pretty brutal, just because you are forced into other player spawns. So just going to try to take it easy here, loot what we can, be efficient with our time. So now that we're in here, we can examine these. Squash, I think, goes for an okay amount. We're going to pick up literally everything just because we are so poor. Once you get later into the game, you'll see me on my main account. I don't pick up like half the stuff I find because it's just not worth my time or not efficient. There's a marker here. That's interesting. But, yep. Just gonna loot everything here. This is called old gas. We're gonna go to the back here now. There's a duffel bag, I believe, over here. No, I think the med bag is actually in the back here. Yeah, it is. Let me save up stam to jump. And we're gonna check this. Now, meds, especially very early on in the game, are very important and very useful. So the med duffel bag is right back here in the cylinder. I'm gonna go through and loot it. Oh, a car med kit. These are actually very helpful. So we're gonna actually take that. Immobilizing sprint, that's splint. That's actually very useful as well. There's an item spawn right here on the ground that can spawn a whole bunch of cool stuff. Just M-tape this time though. Alright, now we have to be careful coming out of... Sounds like old gas, or new gas. But it could be in the courtyard as well, straight out of here. This is the only way out of this little section of the map, is this bridge over or under. So we're going to opt for under, of course, because I don't feel like going over. And just sound whoring, once again, as much as possible. A lot of Tarkov is sound. A lot of it. There's a sound cue for almost every action in the game. So checked our left there. We're going to check our right. Check our deep left right there real briefly. On that tiny angle. And then we're going to go inside water. Check. Oh. Oh. You saw him, right? Yeah, he just looted this box. I think he's a hatchling. I can't tell. But he's probably at this box right here. He's running. He's not a hatchling. This is bad. I want to close with him. Got him. So I baited him around the corner right there with the reload. And then canceled the reload as I saw him pushing. Just kind of risky. Of course, I don't recommend you doing that if you're new. But if you know what you're doing, it can work. It's a real cheeky move right there. We're going to tuck in here. Of course, once again, we just made a whole bunch of noise at the fight. I wasn't really prepared to loot that guy immediately. So I tucked in to water. Kind of reset a little bit. See if anyone's rushing over to the noise. That's just one school of thought. The other school of thought, of course, is just, hey, let me get this loot and get out ASAP. Just two different styles of playing. So the advantage of all that noise going on next to us is that that fight with a full auto weapon sounds a lot more juicy than our current fight. So hopefully that draws players over instead of our little dinky single or semi-auto fight. So I'm getting a little bit more confident in going out to check this body. He died in a really crap position. So I am really, really nervous about this right here. But the shots on the other side of the checkpoint are actually a pretty good thing for us. So we're just going to do this fast. Alright, so level 15. Take that. Take his helmet. Take his Mosin. Quickly, quickly. I'll take that. I'll take these. You want to get in the habit of not clicking and dragging if at all possible, unless you want to know, unless you want to directly control where certain loot is going. This is a pretty good haul. Let's get rid of this. All right. Okay. So we're gonna hope that there's not another player messing around in this section of the map, and that by this time they've moved off. We're gonna loop around and try to exit this area of the map, because once again the only way to get out here is to hop over the fence, like over that direction, or if you have the key to go through that building. Otherwise everyone on this side of the map, if they spawn in this back cubby, has to go through the holes in the wall on the east side of the map. So that's where we're gonna head right now. Let me just, I want to double check this before we go. Yeah, okay. I want to make sure this is loaded. I really shouldn't be doing this as I move. Should have been in cover while I did that. I'll check for sniper scav up there when I'm moving over here. Both to avoid him and to kill him right now, actually, because we need the scav kills. But there's also a whole bunch of barbed wire in this section right here, so you want to be careful of that. It's hidden in the grass next to the bunker. This is alternate extract for the west players. We talked about it in an earlier vid. But we're just gonna continue. Ooh, stutter right there. Moving along this side. Right now, what I'm looking at is the top of the hill. That's where my main threats are. I hear shots to the far left. This gate. Oh, there's someone on the right side of the map. Probably near scav checkpoint. Sounds like a Mosin. So I really, really, really don't want to go through this first hole if at all possible. I'm gonna bypass it. This is a really bad position for me because I'm kind of locked in this lane. If I wanted to run fast, I'd have to jump over or just run straight front or straight back. So I want to kind of move here. But there's shots over here as well. We don't necessarily need to be playing this aggressive. And it's probably not the right move for me moving to these shots. The only reason that I feel confident kind of taking this fight is because it sounded like a semi-auto or a bolty. So if it was a full auto or something like big, I would not try to go for this, but I want to see what's going on because players are most vulnerable after their fight or during their fight. So you kind of almost always want to take those kind of engagements if at all possible. Oh, shit. Okay. I know there's a scav to my back, but I want to clear my front real quick. Okay, see, the issue here is if I drop this scav to my 6, whoever was fighting over here is going to hear me. So I'm probably going to try to get up on this hill right here and look down. And see if I have elevation to kill this guy, this scav. Because I definitely don't want to take that fight right there. There's a silencer over here. He's pretty close if we can hear it. We're going to switch to the Mosin. We might be able to catch a silence boy over here. Oh, yep, there he is. And there we go. He's down. So that was a pretty clean kill. One shot. It didn't look like he was playing with a friend, but it's quite possible he might have a buddy. Just because it's really odd for solo players to go up into that tower, I think. Or for duo players to go up in that tower, because you kind of want to stay with your buddy. Going up in that tower exposes you unnecessarily. He was looking through the window. That's one thing that I did note. He was looking in that direction as though there was contact over there. So he might have seen something that I didn't see. Right? So that's something we gotta be mindful of. And then if I get a chance, I want to look at his body through the scope and see what kind of gun he's got. If he's got a single shot... Yeah, we're getting shot at, so we're going to displace. Definitely displace. I want to kind of maintain eyes on that body, so we're just going to shift hills. I don't know if he saw me. He might have seen me. I don't think he saw me. Okay, so the play here is we're going to wait for him to fucking pass and then Mosin him in the back of the head. Like right here. If at all possible. No, don't stand up. Oh, I got to change that keybind. We're going to hold the screen like this, move as little as possible. Just wait. Because that's the edge of the map on my front right. He's making his way down left to right. Just gonna camp him out. There's no reason for me to move. He has no idea where we are, and we kind of have the idea of the direction of travel he's going. He might be hitting that cache right now, but it's a little odd he's taking this long. There he is. Okay, so now we just gotta not whiff, and knowing that I'm recording, I'm probably gonna whiff. Great. I need to kill that guy first. That's really unfortunate. I want it. Oh, he walked into someone. Holy. Got him. He walked into somebody else. That is freaking hilarious. All right, so we just made a ton of noise. I'm going to opt for the fast route this time. So, load. He killed that guy down there. Fast check the sides, and we're going to go for the body. Just because of the position of this, I want to do this fast, not slow. It's an MP5. We're going to drop some of this shit. What's this? Salt. Grab that. Grab the salt. You found a shell too? Jeez, dude. So this is a player scav. You can tell because he didn't have a dog tag. So because he's a player scav, I am opting to check his pockets. Just got a silencer in here. What do we drop? What do we drop? We drop these. We're taking too long here. Don't need that anymore because we picked up the other thing. And what else do we not need? Drop that because we have other painkillers. Okay. That took a little longer than I had wanted. We're going to tag this guy in the bottom left here. Just check what he has. Player scav too. Yep, player scav because he's got a pouch. That's how you know. He's got a pouch. We're going to check him because he might have spawned in with something good. Oh, yeah. That is worth a lot of money. So we're going to drop this and we're going to drop this and move that here. Take this. He's also got paracord. I think paracord is dropped in price. That's definitely not worth it. Take this. So right now I'm just going off of previous game knowledge of what's worth what and knowing what to pick up. This is still taking a lot longer than I would have preferred, but we're done here. We're done checking these guys. All right, so now first thing I want to do is get to cover. I want to kind of maintain eyes on that body on the front right. And then I'm going to move up and fast loot his body and see if we can get his stuff. Okay. So let's see how much time we have in raid. 21 minutes. Okay, so we're probably going to loot this guy and then push for extract. That sounds like it's at the edge of the map as well. This is a really exposed spot. There's shots all the way there at the end. I'm just gonna hurry up and do this. This is a PMC. He's got a burqa on. So we're gonna start throwing everything we can into his backpack. That's like the fast way to do it. And then just take his backpack once we can examine it. So we're gonna examine it, throw his backpack on. Just throw shit in there. We're not gonna search the backpack right now because that's not really necessary. We're gonna drop our guns and take both of his guns because he's got some better guns. So we're gonna also equip this, and then we're going to take the expensive stuff in a rig. He's also got a salute, which is actually really good. Put that in there. Put that in here. Dump the rig. Search his rig. Take his rig. Search the ammo. Search this. Drop our P.A.K.A. Take his better armor. And then sure, we'll take his clout too. Let's take his clout. Oops, not the right button. Okay, and then what is this? Army bandage? Sure, why not? No, we don't have room for it. IFAK. All right, this is good. So we're gonna skirt out right now. This is a good raid for us. There are shots over here. We do need to be mindful. He's shooting BT. Good ammo as well. I think Scab Boss is actually up, and he managed to nick one of the bosses. Now, you might be wondering why I didn't take his ears as tac sports. I don't necessarily like tac sports. I'll take Swordens or Comtacs in this situation. But I don't necessarily want tac sports because I think they deafen some sounds, and I want to be able to hear as much as possible right now. As far as reticle, can we get something better here? That's fine. This one, okay. So we've got good armor on now. We've got his stuff. We don't know what else is in his bag, but we're good to push for extract. We're full, and there's no point really risking for anything else. Now, because he does have like Scav Boss type weapons, I don't want to push too close to gas station and accidentally aggro them. So I'm going to kind of offset here, but once again, I'm also taking into account the gunshots fired on the right side of the map, and I'm trying to play that center line in between both. So we're just going to cut down the line here, down the center, between the threat on the right and the threats on the left. And just with speed, try to get across this railroad. So we're chilling here, chilling here, chilling here. Waiting for stam. I want to have enough stam to get up the hill. Always be mindful of your stamina. And we're trying to scan as much as we can with our eyes. You'll just get good at doing this over time. You'll know what players look like. You know what players will be. Of course, you're going to run into the odd bush camper you will not be able to see. But getting good at spotting movement and scanning is incredibly important. You need to be able to spot threats. That's like 90% of Tarkov, aside from like that sound portion when it comes to engaging targets and finding them. Seeing them first is incredibly important. Not only seeing them, but being able to understand and comprehend what kind of kit they have, where they're going, what they're doing. Like, Tarkov really challenges your senses in the most insane way. Something there. I can't tell if that's a player or not. I know that scavs, AIs, can spawn around here. That's a big gun. That's a really big gun. So if it's a player scav, he's probably going to run towards the gunfire because he's got nothing to lose and he wants the fight. But if we don't see him, it's probably an AI scav just patrolling around here. Because that would be the proper move, is to push that huge gunfight as a scav. Because, hey, you might get lucky, drop that big gun, and get out of there. But we're going to go ahead and do the smart thing because I'm satisfied with this haul. An attempt to get the hell out of here. So sniper scav can also spawn on top of that pillar. Need to be mindful of that. Alright, we're just going to sprint it across and get inside the box. Barbed wire there, you got to go around the right or jump it to get across without hurting yourself too much. Okay. We're kind of safe here. Just because we're tucked in a corner here, and a lot of the gunfights have been on the right side of the map. Is that a body? Okay, that is a body. So, a little concern. Red flags. Alright, one thing I am noticing here is that the blood splatter is on this side, which means this guy got killed from the direction I'm coming from, which is good news because it means he probably continued in that direction. So, it's tiny things like that. Like, even the blood splatter will tell you a story. This guy's got some stuff that we want, so some good scraps. Yeah, alright, we're gonna get low and finish searching what's in here and see if we can make the right call on what to pick up. Oh no, this guy actually didn't kill a scab boss. He killed a player. What you can do here is kick the mag out and it'll make the MP5 a little bit smaller. Let's see what we can grab here now. Let's pull some of this stuff out. I'm fine taking my time right here because there's a gunfight going on over there with full auto weapons, and I'm in no rush to get over there. So he's got a black rock. And what you can do is throw all this stuff in the black rock. And then take the black rock. So, small thing there is like learning to pick up stuff like that. So we are absolutely ready to get out of here. There's nothing else I want. Now, it's kind of concerning me that this gunfight is prolonged, that they haven't finished it up. I mean, honestly, it can mean either they're really good and they're dancing around, or they're both really bad and they can't aim. So, honestly, it could go either way. I, of course, I stay on the more negative side of things to play it safe. Because if you assume it's the worst, then you're a little prepared for all scenarios. The good ones included, so it could just be two good players dancing around or two really bad players dancing around. I'm gonna push this corner. I'm really hoping that this extract is open. RUAF right here, this gate is a secondary extract for E-spawn players, but they're not guaranteed. So there's a good chance that it is not active. Now, right there, as I passed that duffel bag, that greedy part of my body was like, what was that? That's kind of concerning. I think that's the new bolt-action rifle. Oh, it's open. We're going to get out right here. I was gonna say, I really do not want to go across the water because there are a ton of gunshots over there. I just want to get out right now. Yes. All right, 7 seconds. Never stay still. Make sure you're moving. 2, 1, and we're out. Oh, that was a great raid for us. Oh, that made up for the last raid 10 times over. Made some really good plays. Got really lucky. Got really lucky quite a few times right there. But yeah, no, that was a good raid. We made all the good calls. As I was saying about that duffel bag, that greedy part of my body wanted to, or my brain wanted to loot that, but you got to be able to control your greed. Don't go straight for loot. Don't loot things when you don't need to, because looting will get you killed because you spend extra time on the ground with your gun down. You lose time on the map. It's just, it's a mess. So you got to be real careful when you're going through and looting stuff. You want to make sure that you're playing it safe, especially when you're playing solo. When you're playing duo, you can actually get away with a lot more, like I said before, because you have that gun up to cover you. But yeah, that was a really good run for us. We did 700 damage, hit 50% of our shots, came out with quite a bit of stuff. We got 5,000 about XP off of that, which is pretty good. Getting to level 5 is a pretty big milestone because you'll unlock the flea market, which allows you to buy quest items and just pretty much any item in the game so long as you use money. You have money. So level 5 is a really big milestone, and we're only 2,000 XP away from that. So pretty good PMC runs. Like I said, if you don't feel confident running PMC runs, you can run scav runs. It's just that you won't be progressing a lot of your quests, and quests are pretty important because they unlock more stuff, they give you XP, and more XP unlocks more traders and all that good stuff. So newer players, of course, you are going to have to learn the maps and the mechanics, and scavs are a great free way to do that. But if you feel confident, and when you feel confident, do start doing PMC runs, because you really start progressing stuff. So we'll take a look at our quest right here. We need to kill one more scav, but we did find a Salewa that last run, which is really cool as well. And then, of course, as we unlock the flea market, we can then purchase these 2 MP133 shotguns. So that's why level 5 in the flea market is so important. And then, of course, we can also purchase the rest of our Salewa kits. So let's go into our inventory and kind of break down what we got out with. So let's just scroll all the way down to the bottom here. So we got out with a nice helmet. That's cool. This is cool level 3 armor, which is an upgrade from our P.A.K.A. level 3. So that's definitely a welcome sight. Now, we did get out with 2 Black Rocks, which is pretty awesome because Black Rocks are some of the best rigs in the game because of how big they are. And they also have a 4 slaughter. What I just take out of the Black Rock? My brain totally just went into autopilot mode. I took something out of the Black Rock. Or did I move something around? I don't know. So we have a tag here, which is killed by a scav. And then we have this guy who I motioned in the back of the head. So good kills. Got some juice. Splints are always nice. Aluminum splints, because what you can do with these is put them in your gamma. And they have 5 uses. So really useful item to have. Fuel conditioner sells for about 90k rubles, which is a good money item. We have some salt, which is a good trade money item. Bandages, once again, meds, really good. Screws you need for your hideout, and I think for some quests. And they also sell well on the flea market. In this other Black Rock that we have 1, 2, 3, 4 fully loaded mags. Got some BP here, which is really good ammo. Not really good ammo, but tolerable ammo. We're going to go through and actually take a look at what these are loaded with. So let me unload these. Okay. BT. All right. I think these are all loaded with BT then. Let me just double check. Which is really good. BT's really good. Anything with B for 545 is definitely something you want to keep early game. 100% BT is definitely a welcome sight for a new player. For anything with B. PS rounds are kind of garbage, so we are going to take those out. But yeah, nice. And let's check this last mag. Always want to check the ammo, because some ammo in this game is really expensive. Like 5.56 995 rounds are like $11 right now. It's insane. So ammo can actually, sometimes the mags and the ammo in the mags are worth more than the gun or like a lot of loot in the body. Because I think a full 60 rounder of M995 is worth like 60k. It's kind of insane. This OFZ is needed for a quest later, but we can sell it. Car kit's good, and we got a tracker, a random tracker. I will actually go through and sort all this stuff later, but just dumping it all out for you guys right now. Chewy, what happened with this guy? Oh, I killed this guy with the SKS at the beginning. Got a G phone, can sell or keep for the quest. Almost every Mosin round is pretty good. SNB just overpens a little and doesn't have that same damage that the LPS and 7N1 have. So SMB is, in my eyes, an inferior round unless they changed it. It's really good for headshots because he'll go through every helmet, but PS, solid round. And then Paracord, which I think used to sell for a lot, but I'm not sure how much it sells for right now. And of course, we got two really nice guns. We got an SKS with a suppressor and a sight with a custom stock on it. Really nice. And then we also have an AK-74M with a grip and the Zenit on it. So really nice stuff that we came out with. Really happy with that last run. Definitely made up for the run before. So I hope you guys did enjoy this episode. Next episode, we'll continue doing our raids, continue doing our quests. I'll have the inventory all organized, and we'll sell all the stuff that we have here once we unlock the flea market. So I hope you guys did enjoy. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. I really do enjoy doing these playthrough series. It's a lot of fun for me to teach new players and to kind of share my experience with you guys. But that's all I've got for you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and a special thanks to my channel members. If you want to support the channel and get up to 20% off my whole game store, check out that blue join button down below. Speaking of game store, you can buy my favorite games and official merch at karmakut.com, so check it out. Looking for more content to watch? Try our last video here or sub on the right for future uploads. Finally, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.